So in this video, I'm going to be walking you guys through how to unlock this exclusive skin in Fortnite called Jackie. Now, this is actually not going to be unlocked in Battle Royale. This is going to be unlocked in a different game within the Fortnite ecosystem. As you know, they've added Rocket Racing and the Music Festival recently. Both are a blast. I've gameplay of both on the channel if you guys missed any of that. They're really fun. Let me know what you guys prefer out of all of them. Of course, there's also Lego Fortnite as well. So there's a lot to do within the Fortnite ecosystem. But this one's going to be unlocked in Rocket Racing. Now, you may have already seen this skin and you may already know about it. You may already even know the quest on how to unlock this, but maybe you need some tips and tricks, and that's kind of the point of this video. There's also another part of this that is, some people may think that the quest is bugged, because the quest actually says you got to get to gold rank in order to unlock this skin. But when you get to gold rank, nothing happens. You don't unlock it. So I'm going to be explaining that side of it as well. So if you do enjoy this video, if you appreciate it, be sure to leave a like, subscribe for more. And if you guys want to use code JSkeleton in the item shop, be sure to do that and let me know so I can give you guys a huge thanks as well for using my creator code in the item shop. All right, first things first. Again, if you go to the quest, it'll be under this one right here called Try Rocket Racing. There's two things. You got to play Rocket Racing races, and you're gonna get a back bling. But then it says reach gold rank in Rocket Racing, and you're gonna unlock Jackie. Now, when you do get the gold rank, nothing happens. And what my son and I figured out is that, unfortunately, at least, again, I don't know if this is a bug that they're going to be patching, but you actually have to get the gold rank 2. So there's all the ranking system. If we go over, let's say, to Rocket Racing, I'll show you guys exactly how the actual the actual system works. So if we go to the rank system, you can see that there's bronze 1 through 3, and the same thing with silver, and then gold, and so on and so forth. Right now, you start off on bronze 1, then you got to get to bronze 2, and then you got to get to bronze 3, silver 1, silver 2, silver 3, and then gold 1. And you'd think once you get to gold 1, you've reached gold rank, and it should unlock. That's why I think it might be bugged, and maybe it's going to get patched. But as you see on the top left corner, I'm gold 2. So once I get to gold 2, it unlocked. Why? I don't know. I guess because gold 2 is like the center of the gold ranking. I really don't know why, but you have to get the gold 2. Now, if at this point that's all you need to know, then feel free to, either skip the rest of the video or whatever. Again, if you enjoyed and appreciate it, be sure to leave a like. But for those of you who want to know how to get the gold 2, I'm going to give you guys some tips, excuse me, and some tricks in order to achieve that. Now, like I said, you got to go through many ranks to get there. And as you progress, it's going to get more and more difficult. Now, in the bronze rank, personally speaking, everyone's going to be different. I found it very easy. I was winning almost every single race. I was in first place every single time. Started getting the silver. All right, it started to get a little bit more kind of mixed, right? A little bit more people that were kind of, really testing my patience and my skill. And then especially once you hit gold, it was like even more so. So again, it's going to progressively get more difficult. But the other problem with this is that you're also going to get more difficult tracks. Now, obviously, they kind of ease you into it. You're getting the more easy basic tracks in the bronze ranking, and then silver, they're kind of adding some other kind of stuff and throwing a couple other curveballs at you. But by the time you get the gold, what I noticed, or at least like maybe silver 3, gold 1 kind of area, you get kind of to the tail end of the silver rank. They start throwing some tracks your way that you really need to know, and other opponents as well, you really need to know the tracks in and out, because there's going to be multiple routes, and some routes are better than others. There's going to be different kinds of I guess kind of optimized ways to progress through these routes, optimized ways to utilize your drifting. There's going to be optimized ways in order to maximize maybe secrets that certain people don't know. There's one track in particular that I'm thinking of, excuse me, and I think that there was a couple parts in it that people didn't know existed, where there was like a secret like speed boost. So knowing about these little ins and outs are kind of like the key points that I think I would point you to. Now, I can't really show you every single secret in every single track, unfortunately, but I can show you a little bit of gameplay and a little bit of other kind of tips and tricks that I'd recommend. But keep an eye out for speed boosts and where they're located, and try to learn the tracks. Now, if you don't want to mess up your rank, what I would suggest is that if you actually go into the game modes, you push up on the D-pad or whatever that's going to be, on your platform of choice. When you're under rocket racing, you can actually not just go to the ranked category, but you can go down and check out all the different tracks. Okay, because again, there are the novice tracks, the advanced tracks, and the expert tracks. And you're going to be facing off in a lot of these different tracks. So for example, I think for like silver, so for bronze, you're going to be mostly in the novice tracks. For silver, you're starting to get some advanced tracks kind of mixed in there as well. And once you get to kind of like to the tail end of silver and maybe even a little bit of gold, you might start seeing a little bit of the expert tracks mixed in as well. So it'd be very helpful and beneficial to you if you can get familiarized with some of these tracks, and seeing how they're gonna, you know, kind of come into rotation. Because again, there's a lot of these tracks you're gonna see kind of you know, coming into rotation in these kind of, you know, silver and gold rank races. So again, coming in here, being able to like load up, and again, it's gonna load you up with other people, so you can still compete against other people, but it's not gonna mess up your rank because this is all unranked. So you can, you know, choose whatever track you're on. Let's say you're playing ranked and there's a track that like really messes you up. Just come over here, look for it in the list here, and jump into it, run it a few times, you know, outside of ranked, just to get kind of familiar and try to find all the ins and outs. You don't need to win the races, right? Because it's not ranked. So take your time, try to look for those spots that, you know, may have those kind of secrets and stuff, because there are places that, you know, there's maybe shortcuts and stuff. Try to work on like how do I take, you know, certain corners and drift around them, you know, in the best way possible, you know, knowing how early or how late to drift, right? Because if you drift too late, you're not going to take the curve properly. Same thing if you drift too early, then it's going to mess you up as well. So you got to find that sweet spot. And again, it's trial and error. I can't necessarily just, you know, give you the formula, because you know, there would be a lot of tracks you would have to go through for that. What I will say is, if you don't know how, you know, there's a tutorial you can go in and kind of practice in there as well, learn the basics. But I would say utilize drifting a lot. Drifting will increase your, it'll give you a boost initially once you kind of exit out of the drift, unless you jump. If you jump, then like, you know, during a drift, then it's going to like basically nullify your drift, and it's not, and your boost that you're getting from the drift. That said, you're going to be filling out a boost meter as well. So there's kind of two different kind of boosts. There's the boost you get at the end of a drift, but there's also the meter that is filling up while you're drifting, which gives you that extra boost that if, let's say you're on PlayStation, if you push triangle, it's going to activate that boost. Now, when you actually activate the boost, if you time it right and wait for it to give you the little kind of cue to hit the boost again, you can get a second boost out of the one boost. So it'll be like you hit triangle and then you wait until it says hit triangle again, and then you hit it again and you get a second boost. The other thing is, you know, being careful not to try to hit other opponents too much. I mean, you can to try to mess them up, but it'll also kind of slow your speed down. And also, like, you know, anything that's red on the map, so like there's like red walls sometimes, or there's like, you know, the sides of the track sometimes will be red, especially in the more advanced tracks. All those kind of things will slow you down drastically, so you're trying to avoid that to the best of your ability. So a couple other important things are worth mentioning in case you don't know. First things first is how to get the maximized starting boost. So when an actual race is starting, there's going to be the timer, right? You're going to see the well, not the timer, but there's going to be like the lights. There's going to be red, 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 and then green. Pay attention to how quick the three first reds are kind of moving. It's sort of like a rhythm kind of game style thing, right? It's going to change every race. Sometimes it's going to go red, 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 green, and sometimes it's going to go red, 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 green. Like, it's going to be quick or it's going to be slow. Pay attention to the rhythm, because what you want to do is you want to hit the gas pedal right on green. So you're kind of trying to time it. So you're trying to learn the timing of this pattern within the first, you know, 2-3 red lights before it hits green. And then you're trying to time your actual boost on time. And that's how you maximize your boost. So if you're on cue, if you're on time with how fast the lights are switching when you hit the gas pedal on the green, then you're going to get 100% boost. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. The other thing is that if you're driving behind someone, just kind of like similar to many other racing games, there's a thing called drafting, or driving within someone's slipstream. And what that means is that if you're driving behind someone, there's less air pushing against your car, and so you're going to actually start to get a boost, and you're going to see that there's going to be sort of like these sort of like I guess kind of white streaks effect around your car indicating that you're kind of driving in the person's slipstream at some point. So as much as you can, if you're behind people, try to drive like directly behind them, because that's going to decrease how much the wind is pushing against you, and going to increase your actual speed. You're gonna be able to actually catch up to them. So that's ways to kind of catch up to someone that's in front of you and pass them, is driving directly behind them, you know, while you're behind them, if that makes sense as well. So those are two very important things also worth, that's also worth mentioning. Again, it's a lot of trial and error. You just got to really kind of try to hone in your skill, you know, get to know these maps, but hopefully these tips and tricks kind of help you out to the best of my ability. That I can kind of, you know, give you from all the time I've spent in here. I will also say, if there's like, let's say you're trying to go on the roof, right? Like, let's say there's because sometimes there's tracks where you can kind of drive on a section upside down. What you want to do there is you press, if you're on PlayStation, it'd be square and up to kind of flip your car upside down perfectly. Because if you just kind of boost into it and allow your car to turn naturally, it'll slow you down. Same thing if there's a wall to, like, let's say the left side, you want to push square and then move your stick to the left or right, you know, depending where the wall is. So different things like that I think will help you as well. Beyond that, I don't know if there's a whole lot else I can really explain to you and give you, but hopefully those tips and tricks help you guys out to be able to get these done. And if you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. But like I said, it really is just a lot of trial and error and really trying to learn the ins and outs and just being patient with it and whatnot. So keep at it. If you guys have any other tips and tricks for everyone else trying to get better at this, let us all know down in the comment section below. Otherwise, stay tuned for more. Be sure to leave a like if you enjoyed it. If you didn't like it, let me know why, so I can improve the content in the future. And I'll see you guys soon in another one. Tell them, friends, game on, and thanks for watching. Hey you, what are you doing? Join the Skeleton Army. Do it today. Don't wait till tomorrow, because tomorrow might never come. The Earth is gonna fade. That's inevitable. The next second of your life's not even promised, so you better think about where you're going, and you might as well just join the Skeleton Army. Plus, we do kind of like you a little bit, so it'd be nice to see you around here. But if you don't want to, hey, your loss. See you later.